So friends, let's begin our understanding of what are some possible AWS cloud careers and certification paths which you could take. So let's understand that in detail. So we need to understand that there are various different AWS certifications, guys. Okay, and it's very easy to get lost. But as a beginner, the first question which comes to anyone's mind is which AWS certification should I begin with? So that primarily depends on from which background you're coming in. Okay, if you are switching from a non-IT, non-technical background to IT, then AWS Cloud Practitioner is the foundational exam. And pretty much whatever we have learned would cater to a lot of things which that exam expects from you. And actually we have gone beyond that and we have covered some of the advanced skills as well. But from the practitioner standpoint, we have covered a lot of things. Not in a very specific manner to clear the exam, but as you will go and explore it, and we'll cover it in our later module when we'll go deep into the certification details, that a lot has been covered in this course already. So if you are a non-technical guy, if you are a non-technical person, then AWS Cloud Practitioner should be your foundational certification which you should start with. And what it enables you is it positions you for the entry level cloud jobs, and it earns additional AWS certification. Like in order to earn next level of AWS certifications, if you have already done practitioner, it makes your life a lot easier. And suppose if you want to get into an entry level job, then also if you are a practitioner, people know that you know cloud. People know that you know the basics of AWS. So it's very easy for them to train you to the next level. The next set of people who might want to come into this category are the people who are more business focused. So these people might be working in IT but not in a technical area per se. They might be working in sales, marketing, finance. So yeah, it all depends. Sorry, I think the spelling is wrong, but that's all right. So sales, marketing, finance, HR, you name it. Every industry, every IT industry have all these people. For example, for any new IT project, your BRMs, business relationship managers, goes to the client and take that particular sales done and then get the project to you. All those people need to know technology. If you are selling technology, you need to know technology. So what about those people? So for them also, cloud practitioner is a great way to start. And all this, by the way, whatever I am quoting, I have actually gone to AWS website and took it from there. So this is nothing coming from me. It is what AWS recommends you to do. Okay, so nothing from me. I'm just quoting AWS on this. What it helps these guys do, it helps you with better communication, collaboration on cloud with stakeholders and customers. As I said, a lot of things which you do in sales and marketing is client driven, and if you know about AWS, even at a practitioner level, it makes your life a lot easier because you can then understand the problem statement which the customer is making and then come up with your own solution and at least guide them to the right direction. The third category of people are where you already have a STEM background. You are already coming from a background of science, of technology, and you know a bit of tech already. In those cases, AWS practitioner becomes an optional step, although recommended, but it's an optional thing. Okay. For those people, it would be beneficial to start with an associate level certification. We will soon understand what is an associate level certification. But yeah, that is a step ahead of practitioner. So AWS assumes that because you have IT or STEM background of 1 to 3 years, you already know what is cloud, what is basic AWS and all that. So yeah, these are the recommendations made by AWS. So as we were talking about the certification, basically there are 4 categories of AWS certifications. There are a lot of certifications, so they have broken it down into 4 different categories. The number 1 category is foundational, where you understand the basics of AWS Cloud, which is Cloud Practitioner, where this course is most aligned with. Then you go to the associate level, which is the next level, wherein you do the role-based certification that showcase your knowledge and skills on AWS and build your credibility as an AWS cloud professional. Prior cloud and strong on-premise IT experience is recommended. This is a very important point. So if before you move to an associate level certification, you need to have prior understanding of cloud or something which you have done already on on-prem IT. If you are, for example, a database administrator managing Oracle in your company, then you could go for for something which is more aligned to your needs. For example, data engineer certification. I'm just giving you examples. Okay. So under this associate category, there are 4 certifications: System Ops Administrator, AWS Certified Developer, AWS Certified Solution Architect, and AWS Certified Data Engineer. So these are the first 2 categories. The third category comes as professional. What are professional level certifications? Again, AWS says it is role-based certification that validates advanced skills and knowledge required to design secure, optimized and modernized application and to automate processes on AWS. So now we have gone beyond an associate level knowledge. Now we want to use our advanced skills to design complex solutions and modernize application. For example, there's a monolith application, you want to convert it into microservices, then that's where a professional comes in. And that's where the next level of solution architect also comes in, because solution architect could be of 10 years experience and 20 years experience. Then what is the difference? The difference is of experience, the difference is of the design thinking and knowledge. So this is where AWS Certified Solution Architect professional certification comes in. And it now recommends that you should have prior 2 years experience to AWS. And again, all this is recommendation. You won't be stopped for giving any certification. It is not a prerequisite, it is a recommendation. Okay. So a lot of people might attempt it even with some basic knowledge of AWS. Now this is by far the most advanced, which is speciality. As the name suggests, dive deeper and position yourself as a trusted advisor to your stakeholders and customers in the strategic areas you deal with. Trusted advisor is a very important word, because who is a trusted advisor? Trusted advisor is someone who has built his or her own brand, and the customer, the stakeholder trusts them blindly just because of the niche he or she is working in, or just because of the expertise they showcase in a certain area, right? So in here, you need to go into exam guides and understand the details of each certification. I'll give you the link where you can go. It is actually, if you simply type on Google AWS certification, you'll see all the certifications in the AWS website. So advanced networking, AWS certified database specialty, SAP on AWS, machine learning, security, data analytics. All these are very, very focused, very, very specific certifications which you go for once you have reached to a professional level. Okay. One thing which I found out during my research is AWS certified data analytics specialty is retiring in April 24. So you just need to keep that in mind. Yeah, it is retiring, so it won't be applicable now. I don't know what would be the replacement of this certification, but this is the news. So yeah, these are the 4 categories of AWS certification. Now comes how we will map specific AWS roles and relevant certifications, because we can do any certification, but what kind of roles aligned and what kind of path you need to take is what is being talked here. So number 1 is solution architect. Who's a solution architect? Who design, develops, manages cloud infrastructure and assets, work with DevOps to migrate application to the cloud. This is the definition by AWS. Again, I'm taking all this content from AWS to ease your time, to ease you with all this research. Now for me, solution architect is someone who can work with the business, understand the business problem, and come up with a robust, scalable, secure solution. Design a perfect solution for the business, for the problem. And then obviously whatever definition they have quoted, that applies as well. So it starts with cloud practitioner, although it is optional for IT and cloud professionals. We have talked about it. Then you go to associate solution architect. Then you go to solution architect professional. And then if you want to dive deep, you go into security, because now security has become such an integral part of AWS that even if you are an architect, you need to have cybersecurity background. The second comes the application architect. Design significant aspects of application architecture, including user interface, middleware, infrastructure, ensure enterprise-wide, scalable, reliable, manageable system. So guys, I would be honest, nowadays, these roles have got very, very intertwined. Okay. A solution architect would do a lot of things which an application architect does, and vice versa. So the path would be more or less similar, unless there is a very, very specific need. So yeah, keep that in mind. This is my coming from my experience. Again, practitioner, cloud practitioner is optional for IT guys. We start with the solution architect associate, go to developer. This time we have added developer associate because you need some development knowledge if you want to work with designing the application, okay, or designing the solution for the application. Then DevOps engineer professional, because obviously in order to maintain the application on the cloud, you need CI/CD. And dive deep with solution architect professional. Now guys, again, all this is recommended by AWS. Okay, I myself have not done these certifications. Okay, your knowledge is what matters, not your certification. I am again telling this, many of you might disagree with me, but trust me, your knowledge speaks way more than your certifications. So don't go on this shopping spree of buying certifications, getting certified, 10x certified, 9x certified, 11x certified. I see all those things on LinkedIn. Get a tangible project and get hands-on experience. And once you're ready, you get certified. Don't do the other way around, except for the cloud practitioner, because that's the foundational. And even for associate, I would say just go for it. But when it comes to advanced, when it comes to professional level certifications, advanced specialty certifications, don't just do it for the sake of it. Do it when you want to establish that niche, and that niche is backed by a great experience which you have gained over the time. Again comes the data analytics. Under data analytics, the most prominent and popular role is cloud data engineer, where you automate certain you manage overall cloud for basically, and your data pipelines on cloud, automate collection, processing, and structured, semi-structured data, monitor data, pipeline performance, all that. So in this, they are recommending that you start with the practitioner, then go with solution architect, data engineer associate, these two associate certifications, and then for diving deep, go to security as a specialty. Coming to the development category, software development engineer. Again, develop, construct, and maintain software across platforms and devices. And in this, you see guys, practitioner is almost everywhere. So this is where you start. It might seem very basic, but it will clear a lot of things for you as a beginner. You go to developer associate and then DevOps engineer. Systems administrator under operations, install, upgrade, maintain. This is for all the IT infrastructure guys, support guys who want to come into AWS. You maintain the systems, you upgrade and install components, integrate, automate processes. For them, system ops, sysops administrator associate, and then DevOps engineer professional would be helpful. I won't repeat professional, I've done it. I won't talk about this cloud practitioner anymore. It is self-understood, okay? So the next is cloud engineer. Implement and operate organizations' networked computing infrastructure and implement security systems to maintain data safety. So cloud engineer is like your raw mechanic managing your cloud, okay? And that, that guy has to do almost everything in order to make sure everything is up and running. So system administrator and cloud engineer are more of operational kind of roles which keeps the show running from behind the curtains. System ops, sysops administrator associate is a good certification, followed by security speciality, and bonus if they want to do, they can go for DevOps engineer and advanced networking. So DevOps engineer is a professional level certification and advanced networking is a speciality. Now comes to the most hyped, most in demand stream, which is DevOps. Under DevOps, the first is test engineer. A test engineer is someone who embeds testing and quality best practices for software development from design to release throughout the product lifecycle. So the test engineer would design the test processes within your software development lifecycle and will ensure that whatever code is being developed is being tested thoroughly. And for that, developer associate is a must, and then followed by DevOps engineer. So yeah, this is what AWS recommends for test engineers. Cloud DevOps engineer, it's a very famous role, so I'll just quickly run through it. Design, deploy, operate large-scale hybrid cloud computing environment, advocating for end-to-end automated CI/CD DevOps pipeline. This is, these AWS guys, they will always use fancy words, but I'll be very honest. You have to develop CI/CD pipeline, manage it, maintain it. You have to become a DevOps engineer. You have to become a DevOps SRE as well. You have to do all kind of stuff. Okay, so just don't go by these fancy definitions. In today's world, the roles are so intertwined that you have to do you have to play different hats. Can't just go with one role and stick to it in most of the cases, as per my experience. So yes, developer associate you have to start with, then system ops is optional, and DevOps engineer is optional for diving deep. DevSecOps, now this is again including security into DevOps, and in this they have so what they have done, they have included security as an additional thing from what a DevOps engineer might need. I think some of it, like system ops is needed, DevOps is needed, and security is needed. So who is a DevOps engineer? Accelerate enterprise cloud adoption while enabling rapid and stable delivery of capabilities, which means secure. Okay, so DevOps and DevSecOps is, the difference between DevOps and DevSecOps is simple, that while you're doing your DevOps, you have to embed security into it. You have to ensure that the code which you are putting into your repository is safe. You have to ensure that the image which you are deploying on your Docker does not contain any vulnerabilities. So overall, including security across your CI/CD pipeline makes your DevOps DevSecOps. And then there are different security tools like Sneak and all that. It's a different topic, a vast field, but yes, that helps. That helps makes your pipeline secure. Now coming to another very prominent category, which is security, very booming, cyber security. Cloud security engineer, design computer security architecture and develop detailed cyber security designs. Develop, execute and track performance of security measures to protect information. So basically anything to do with security protocols, security frameworks, how the data should be secured on cloud, how you should use certificates, how you should use vaults to secure your keys, all those kind of, there are so many, I cannot even name it. Getting compliant to different compliances across the world, penetration testing, all those kind of things, you need to learn as a security engineer. And for this, for diving deep DevOps, so basically you have to start with sysops administrator and security, go to security speciality, and then like bonus is DevOps engineer and advanced networking for diving deep. Cloud security architect, a level higher, is someone who would implement security solutions. Okay, and it is very similar to a normal architect, but it's just that that particular architect, a security architect, would always think about security and always focus on making your design secure. Okay, from all the fronts. So it will again have associate level solution architect certification followed by security specialty and solution architect professional if you need. The next up is networking. So our network engineer will do all the backend work, the LANs, the WANs, the intranets, the load balancers, the gateways, everything will be set up by these guys. And for that you will need advanced networking specialty. Before that you like AWS recommends you go for solution architect associate, and for diving deep go for security. AI ML, very booming. Machine learning engineer, research, build and design artificial intelligence systems to automate predictive models. Design machine learning systems, models and schemes, all these things. So for that you have to start with solution architect associate, go to developer, data engineer, and then machine learning specialty. So this is the path which you need to take. It's an advanced field, but today in the era of AI, I think if you are coming from a clean slate, and you have any inclination towards machine learning, just go blindly into this field. This is the future. This is for the next 10-15 years you'll secure your career. So guys, this is part 1 of this module where we discussed about different roles and relevant certification paths. Okay. Having said that, I would like to summarize this in a different manner. Okay, let me just talk to you for a few minutes. So guys, don't get overwhelmed. Whatever I have showed you is recommended. First of all, it's not a mandate. Okay, first of all, so relax. AWS recommends you to follow a certain path only because they believe that in order to achieve certain skills, these are the certification which you must go for. So while certifications are really helpful, I am myself certified in multiple areas. I would say don't rush to do certifications. Do certifications when it is totally backed by your knowledge, your experience, your expertise, and your passion, if at all. If you want to grow, you need to have passion, right? So whichever field attracts you the most, whichever field you feel you can do the best, go for certifications. But I'll be honest, merely doing solution architect certification, merely doing data engineer certification, merely doing machine learning engineer certification might get you to round 1 of your interview. But in round 2, when it will be advanced interview, they will catch you. They will know that you have done the certification, but you lack the real expertise, where you find real world problems and fix it. So my recommendation would be this: go for practitioner blindly. Don't even think about it, because that would first of all give you an AWS certification, and secondly it will actually establish you with some credentials and a lot of knowledge, not some knowledge, but a lot of knowledge which will act as a base, as a fundamental for your future certification. And after that, go for associate level, solution architect, data engineer, whichever is under associate, you can go for it based on your career path you are targeting. These two I am recommending. But for professional and for advanced specialty, I would say hold on. If you're taking this course, this means that you are at a beginner level. So I would say don't even think about it for now. Focus on these two: level 1 practitioner, level 2 any associate level certification you are targeting. And then when you get onto a project, then when you do something in real world, then go for it. So guys, this brings us to the end of this particular chapter in this module, and because now we know that cloud practitioner is such an important certification in your career journey, let's dive deep into the exam details, how you can apply for this certification exam, what they would expect you in this to do in this exam. So I have collated all that detail for you, and let's talk about it. Okay, so see you in the next chapter.